Business Review, a daily program that delves into the latest and most significant economic stories. From stock markets to currency news, Business Review covers the most up-to-date stories in the global financial world.
China and Indonesia formally launched a fastlane arrangement to facilitate personnel exchanges for the purpose of ensuring epidemic prevention, maintaining the smooth flow of industrial and supply chains, and helping each other's economy recover. The arrangement was announced by Chinese State Councillor and Foreign Minister Wang Yi and the Indonesian Foreign Minister during their meetings and in Hainan. The Indonesian Minister for State-Owned Enterprises, Erick Thohir, also attended the talks. Noting the first foreign minister to China is the post-epidemic era, Wang said the joint visit of the two ministers not only shows the importance of Chinese-Indonesian relations, but marks the resumption of foreign ministers' offline diplomacy. It says a clear and positive signal that the two sides are committed to jointly defeating the pandemic. Noting that this year marks the 70th anniversary of the establishment of diplomatic ties between the two countries, Wang said China stands ready to work with Indonesia to promote greater achievements. He added China is ready to work with ASEAN countries to ensure the signing of the Regional Comprehensive Economic Partnership Agreement, or the RCEP, within this year, and an early conclusion of a code of conduct in the South China Sea. Meanwhile, the Indonesian foreign minister gave Wang a letter from the Indonesian president to the Chinese president saying Indonesia fully agrees to maintain good exchanges between the two countries and is willing to ensure the signing of the RCEP by the end of the year and is committed to working with China to safeguard peace and stability in the South China Sea.
The spokesman for the Chinese Ministry of Commerce, Zhao Feng, said that China's position in global manufacturing is unshakable, with its deep-rooted and emerging advantages in various fields. The spokesman made the comments at a press conference to refute the claim that the era of China being the world's factory is over. Zhao said that China is a big manufacturing country and has been the world's largest exporter of goods for 11 consecutive years. China has a complete industrial system and is the only country in the world that has all industrial categories in the International Standard Industrial Classification of the United Nations. China's manufacturing industry has been deeply integrated with the global industrial supply chain. In recent years, some companies adjusted their global industrial layout, and it is a normal phenomenon in a market economy. According to the spokesman, with abundant labor resources, complete industrial facilities and infrastructure, and a huge market of 1.4 billion people, China still has a unique competitive edge in the international market, and the long-term good prospects of China's economy has remained unchanged.
China's Ministry of Commerce condemned the United States for suppressing Chinese short video app TikTok in the name of national security, saying it will jeopardize foreign investors' confidence in the U.S. U.S. President Donald Trump ordered TikTok's owner ByteDance to divest its interest in the app's U.S. operations within 90 days. The spokesman for the Ministry of Commerce, Gao Feng, condemned the action. He said the U.S. has frequently restricted or even forbidden the normal investment and operation of Chinese enterprises in the U.S. for so-called national safety or state emergency and issued transaction bans on Chinese enterprises for unwarranted charges. With no factual or legal basis, it severely damages the legitimate rights and interests of those enterprises. Gao stressed that such U.S. actions will undoubtedly undermine the country's attraction to investments. He said sanctions by the U.S. and suppression will undoubtedly shake investors' confidence in investing, and China opposes such actions as taking national security-related investment screening as political tools and overgeneralizing and abusing security screening.
British ambassador to China, Barbara Woodward, expressed her hopes that China and the UK can find more ways to deepen their cooperation and work together for world economic recovery, despite the difficulties and challenges plaguing in the current China-UK relations. The ambassador assumed her post in 2015 and is about to finish her term at the end of August. She said at a press conference that in the past 5 years, the partnership between China and the UK has flourished, while the government and departments of the two sides have also maintained close exchanges. She pointed out on the several levels of cooperation over the last 6 months when the virus was at its peak, saying that both sides had a very substantive dialogue between the health minister as well as bringing in a lot of experts to talk about the health and the COVID-19 situation. They have also seen businesses are working very closely together, and so they were able to source from China a very large amount of personal protection equipment, PPE, which they sent to the front line of the UK. Woodward said that the common challenge facing China and the UK is how to further improve their bilateral relations. The two countries should strengthen cooperation in the health and medical sectors and jointly carry out vaccine research and development projects. In addition, the UK also looks forward to deepening cooperation with China in high-tech fields such as artificial intelligence and biotechnology, she said. As the pandemic has had a huge impact on the global economy, Woodward said that the UK has a strong commitment to create a free and open trade environment, and the UK is looking forward to working with China to revive the world economy.
North Korea's ruling party will hold a Congress next year to decide a new 5-year plan after a party meeting noted serious delays in improving the national economy and living standards. The plenary meeting of the ruling Workers' Party on August the 19th convened a Congress for January to set forth a correct line of struggle in strategic and tactical policies. The North State-run television, KRT, showed footage of the meeting in which leader Kim Jong-un addressed the Workers' Party's officials. North Korea had faced unexpected and inevitable challenges in various aspects, and Kim said this during his speech at the meeting. The meeting came as the country deals with international sanctions, struggles to cope with damage from recent flooding, and faces significant economic damage from strict border closures and other measures aimed at preventing a coronavirus outbreak.
Just 2 years after Apple became the first publicly listed US company with a $1 trillion stock market value, the iPhone maker has now topped $2 trillion. The Cupertino, California-based company's shares briefly rose to as high as $468.65 on August 19th, equivalent to a market capitalization of $2.004 trillion. The stock was last up 1% at $466.89, giving Apple a market capitalization of $1.996 trillion. Buoyed by bets on the long-term success of the country's biggest tech names in the post-coronavirus world, Apple's shares have surged since blowout quarterly results in July that saw the iPhone maker eclipse Saudi Aramco as the world's most valuable listed company, and Apple's stock is up about 57% so far in 2020. The rally reflects growing investor confidence in Apple's shift towards relying less on sales of iPhones and more on services for its users. However, Apple's recent stock rally has left it potentially overvalued, according to a widely used metric. The stock market is trading at over 30 times analysts' expected earnings, its highest level in more than a decade, according to Refinitiv. Microsoft and Amazon follow Apple as the most valuable publicly traded US companies, each at about $1.6 trillion. They are followed by Google owner Alphabet at just over $1 trillion. Those and other heavyweight technology companies have surged to record highs during the coronavirus pandemic as consumers rely more on e-commerce. video streaming, and other services they provide. Investors are betting these companies will emerge from the pandemic stronger than smaller competitors, with some even viewing their volatile shares as safe havens. Apple's revenue grew across every category and all of its geographical regions in the June quarter, even as the coronavirus crisis caused the US economy to collapse at its worst rate since the Great Depression. Apple surprised Wall Street as it was able to get loyal shoppers to buy iPhones, iPads, and Macs online, even as several brick-and-mortar stores remained closed due to the coronavirus lockdowns.
This has been Business Review, your daily source for the most critical stories in the financial world. Tune in next time for the latest financial news impacting the world economy.